Hi guys, it's Ursula Goff. Hello. Oh, my hand. That's green. I'm making a video for you guys about one of the ways that I color my hair. What I'm going to do today is just sort of show you one of my real basic tricks that I use for creating a lighter to darker gradation. If you wanted to do it the other way around with darker on top and lighter on the bottom, you can totally do that too. If you really want to kind of mix it up and have really contrasty colors, you can do that too. So I encourage you to experiment. Yeah, I kind of already have a little bit of that going on. This is from a color I did a couple of weeks ago to sort of be a base jumping off point for me to do this. It's faded quite a bit. I've washed it a few times with terrible shampoo. If you are trying to fade your color, Suave and dandruff shampoo are both pretty good for that. I don't want it completely out because I want it to be a really intense bright orange. And orange and red are two colors that you can do on top of hair that is not blonde. What I want to emphasize is that my hair is clean. If you are using these semi-permanent colors, it's really important to use it on clean hair. And when I say clean hair, I mean hair that has been shampooed but not conditioned. Conditioner has waxes in it that will block your color absorption. And so even if you rinse it out, a lot of that residue tends to stay behind. That's what helps your hair detangle when you're combing it out. You don't want that. If you want your color to last as long as possible and to be bright and to be even, then it needs to be just shampooed. That's it. No conditioner, no product, and dry too. Some semi-permanent products I have noticed, it suggests on the directions to do it on wet hair. Don't do that. I don't even know why they would tell you to do that. The water in your hair dilutes the color and makes it less bright. And plus that makes it really easy to miss spots because when your hair's wet, it looks like it has color on it. And so, you might think you already got that spot because it looks wet. And you didn't. And then you go back and you rinse it and you blow dry it and you see it and it's all splotchy. So first thing you need, obviously, is color. My bottom color is going to be, this is Special Effects Cherry Bomb. This is a pink-based red. I love it. It's a beautiful color. I'm going to mix that up with this. This is Enrage Neon Red. It seems to be new. It was at Sally's last time I went there, and I had never seen it before, so I thought, try that out. And it's pretty orangey, and I'm cool with that. I've got a little bit of high octane orange. Oops, sorry. From Special Effects. I'll probably use these up for my mid-tones. And then on the top, I want more of a gold yellow based orange. Some Manic Panic Electric Banana. This is my very favorite yellow. It's so bright. Plus it glows under black light. That's cool. And I'm guessing I don't have enough of this left to do my whole top section. I have a ton of hair and it's really porous. So I've got some Joico Color Intensity Yellow, which is not really bright. Unfortunately, it's just a regular yellow. That's fine. I don't really care. I just need yellow, so I'm probably going to mix these two up. I tend to custom mix some of my own oranges, and since I've only got a tiny bit of my high-octane orange, I'll probably mix up my own orange from the yellow and the red. I've also got my ratty black t-shirt on. I highly recommend it. I get color everywhere. Or just, don't wear a shirt. I don't care. Do whatever you want. If you're doing this in your bathroom, you're going to want some towels, probably some dark towels. I have a strategy anymore when I do this at home where I just lay a towel all over the counter, a towel on the floor underneath me, and then I have a bunch of towels handy to wipe my hands on or to wipe up stuff as I spill it. Because it gets everywhere. It doesn't matter how long I do this. I never seem to find a way to not make a giant mess with it. So if you have the same problem, just put towels everywhere. That's my solution. I've got a glove, a plastic glove, color bowls or a regular bowl. It doesn't matter. Color brushes. These are really helpful. Guys, I know a lot of people that do their own hair just kind of slop the color on with their hands, but this really helps a lot. Clips for sectioning. You'll also want a comb to help you section, but also I like to comb my color through to make sure I don't miss spots. So the first thing I do, this is my general strategy for most things that I do with my hair. I start on the bottom. I'm just doing a horizontal section right around my ears. First color is going to be the red, so I'm done. A little bit more of the red. Special Effects is notoriously long-lasting, and Red hair color is also notorious for being really difficult to get out of your hair. To minimize color buildup, this is probably a half to a third conditioner and the rest is color. If you're putting this on your own hair and you add conditioner, that could reduce the intensity of your color. So if you want maximum brightness and longevity, don't add conditioner. If you do add conditioner, it might be bright right at first, but after you wash it a couple of times or even just one time, that can really reduce the intensity and the brightness. So keep that in mind. So I've got my section here and I've cut it in half, kind of. Start by sort of feeling where this line is at and applying color along that in the back. If you can get a friend to help you with this, please do. It definitely helps to make sure you don't miss spots. Sometimes even when I'm sure that I've been very, very thorough, I discover I have not. You can at least sort of point out where you've missed areas. It's pretty helpful. Otherwise, just put on a lot more color than you think you need because you will inevitably miss a spot. Over here. Make sure you get this hair in front of your ears and along your hairline really well because that's going to show up really, really obviously if you don't. I like to go in and sort of do the roots first. Then I start doing sort of sections where I'll split it up and apply the color in there. These little maybe 1-inch sections like that. And I'm kind of doing this by feel. If you can set up a mirror situation in your bathroom or work area where you can see the back, that's helpful too. And then I kind of work that through with my hand, kind of mush it all together to make sure each area gets covered. And then I start taking sections like this. And I kind of just apply, paint the color on from top to bottom. And I work up and down, but I also work back and forth and really sort of move that hair around. It's so super dark. I wish you could see that better. I apologize for the quality. You do that all the way down to your end. So let's go back and get those. And this is where you would grab your comb and sort of start at the bottom and work up, sort of combing that through a little bit. Okay, once you have that whole section complete, just gather it all up, make a little knot, and put it, wow, I'm getting color everywhere. I have a little bit of my red left, and I hate to waste color, so I'm going to use that for my next layer, which is going to be more orangey. So I'm going to section that off first. You can kind of see here where I've got a delineation. Doing the middle section here. With my oranges that I've already got. I'm just going to dump those in directly with the leftover reds that I have. I'm going to add some of this Joico color. Since I've already got some neons in here, I'm going to add a little conditioner. Okay, so we do the same thing as we did with the bottom section where I just split it in half and I find that line again where there's the division between the top and the middle layer. I try to just go in along that line. If you're not on that line perfectly, don't worry too much about it. Once again, as you wash your color, it's kind of going to blend some too. I get lots of questions about bleeding. How do you keep your color from bleeding? In this case, bleeding's fine. These colors are very similar to each other, and if they bleed together a little bit, that's actually just going to help them look even more blendy. So in this case, that's good. I don't mind blendy with this. But if you're really trying to avoid blendy, you've got maybe some contrast colors next to each other, or you just don't want your color to bleed because you want it to last longer. Cold water is the solution. What I will usually do is just shampoo my hair separately from like my shower or my bath. I'll just kind of lean over the tub and wash it that way instead of subjecting my entire body to a freezing cold rinse. So I'm going in along all of those parts that I have. Then I do the sections again like I did before, break it up into little parts, about an inch or two apart. Okay, for this top section, I want more of the golden, yellow, orange color. So I'm going to use a lot of yellow. So now I am going to pull out the electric banana. I add some of the Joico yellow. Okay, I'm going to add my conditioner. Ta-da. I'm going to make sure I have all my roots colored first, the top couple of inches on each of these little sections here. And this time I'm getting on my part really good. The hair that I'm going to see the most, I definitely want to make sure I cover really well. Gosh, I have a lot more hair in this top section than I thought. I've worked it through, try to comb it through a little bit. These ends are going to be a slightly darker color. Something close to what we did in this middle section. Okay, so I've got kind of a medium orange, and I'm going to grab these strands section by section and start applying that where my other color left off. And you want to kind of really rub it in there at that junction. Yay! So I got all my color on, and with these colors, with the semi-permanent colors, you really only need to process about 15 minutes minimum. For longevity, if you really want them to last a long time, you should process them longer than that. You really should. And since they're not technically processing and that there's not a chemical reaction going on, you can leave them on as long as you want. So if you want to leave them on all day while you go about your business cleaning your house or whatever, you can do that, and that will actually, in most cases, help your color last a lot longer. And if you've got a hair dryer and you don't plan on wearing your hair color in your hair all day, you can shoot it with a hair dryer for like 10 or 15 minutes just to make absolutely sure that it's cooled off before you rinse it. You want that cuticle to close back up. If your hair is still hot and you go to rinse it out, a lot of those color molecules are going to come out with it. So if you have a cold setting on your hair dryer, use the cold setting on it. If you don't, stick your head in the freezer, I don't know, or just wait for it to cool off. Of course, use cold water to rinse. Do not shampoo it. Do not shampoo it. Even if the directions say to shampoo it, do not shampoo it. I don't know why they would tell you to do that, because that just takes out half of the color you just put in. You can rinse it, and you can even condition it. Conditioner's not going to really take out, it's got a little bit of sulfates in it, but not enough to really take a lot of color out. So rinse, condition, cold water only. Don't shampoo. Try to wait till the next day or even a couple of days if you can. Shampoo does not need to be used every day. It's not really meant to be used every day, no matter what the directions say. That's just to make you buy more shampoo. Make sure you're using color-safe styling products too. And I guess I'm going to stop here and I'll come back after I've rinsed this and processed it and styled it. So I'll be back in a minute. So I am done and styled now, and you can see it came out pretty much exactly how I wanted. I've got a darker sort of maroon burgundy red on the color on the bottom where I had the original darker color, and then my middle layer is red. There's some orange on the ends and on some of that middle layer too, and then I've got the golden orange on top that I was going for. This is, as you can see, how you get the ombre effect. It's facilitated by my hair being layered, so because each layer is a different color, so I can do a color here and it stops here, and another color here and it stops here, and then my bottom layer obviously will stop here. Show you back. See, it's a nice ombre look. Has lots of dimension. If you don't have layers in your hair, you won't get this effect. Most people have layers in their hair. Hardly anybody gets a haircut anymore with no layers in it of some sort. So if you don't have layers, you'll get a cool effect when you pull it back and when you move around, but it won't be quite the same. Hopefully you found this helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.